I can see some people. Well, one has come on. Just say hello and tell me your name. Just say hi and tell me your name. My name's Paolo. Hi, Jill. Lovely to see you again. Hi, Amanda. Lovely to see you. On Online Psychics Live. Anybody else coming on? Just say hello. I'm just chilling down before I get going with your Astro Insights for this week. Hi, Jules. Nice to see you. Thanks, Amanda. Where are you from, Jules? I'm just chilling down. So just a brief, while a few of you are here, I'm going to be doing this week's Astro Insights, which is a brief calculation of your sun signs. And then I have chosen 2 cards for each sign. So we'll look at them in a minute. Texas. Oh, miles away from me. I'm in Norway, on a small island in western Norway. Facebook user. Hi, whoever you are. Yeah, sorry, Jules. I live on a small island on the west of Norway. So these are going to be your insights for this week. As you can see, it will start with Aries and it will go right round to Pisces. Hi, Betty. Lovely to see you. You're incognito today. Doesn't matter. Right. We'll just give it a few more seconds, see if anyone else comes on, and then we're going to kick off. I'm in my other office tonight. Don't know if anyone's aware. I usually go around the house and check which vibration and which room is best for me to do things. Those that are on that know me a wee little bit will know that I do that before every live session. So just waiting. So tonight I'm going to start with my singing bowl, as I normally do, because it helps bring me into the moment. And then I will start with the Astro Insights for this week up until next Monday. You can also join me on Wednesdays if you're interested in healings, because I do live absent healings here on this page. I'll place my link out again if anyone wants readings or decides that they may like to have a reading from me. There it is. There is other psychics there as well, so it's not just me. Lovely bunch. You can choose from whichever psychic you would like to have a reading with, but it's me doing the live tonight. I can see 5 of you are on. As I've got a lot to go through, I'm going to kick off, but I'm going to kick off with my singing bowl first to just chill us all down so we can all have a nice evening. So bring yourself into the moment. Well, that was nice. Well, thanks, Jill, for the recommendation. So for those that have perhaps just joined me, my name is Paolo, and I'm part of the Online Psychics Live team. I've put my link to my reading room, but you can choose from a lot of other psychics there. They are all very nice and they are all professional. Tonight is about Astro Insights for this coming week from me, Paolo. I am a mindfulness teacher. I am also a healer and I am a psychic. And I've been doing this from, healing from the age of 9. It began with animals and insights later on when I was a teenager. My grandmother was also a healer and psychic, and she worked very much with essential oils and all that type of thing. Thank you, Betty. So now I'm going to begin the Astros for this week. And as you can see, we're going to begin with Aries for this coming week. I will go around them all and I will place the star sign that I'm doing in the corner here. So let me see what I calculated today. I've been very busy calculating all these charts, but I like to be organized. Anyone have any questions about your sun sign while I'm in motion? Well, then just say. So we're going to begin with Aries. Right, this week, Aries kind of sees you moving away from the last week. It sees a lot more creativity coming into your zone. It's because your sign is aligning with Saturn this week, and it's also in the 11th house. So it's all going to be about creativity, teamwork, being at one in mass and going forward. It also could see you, even though it's about teamwork, kind of sitting on the fence a wee little bit, and you want to break out in a way and come forward and open your mouth. I don't want you being kind of like a wallflower. You've got to open up. You've got to open your mind and your voice, especially within career situations I've put here, where other people might just tend to block you. So it's time to be a bit more creative and a bit more strong, Aries, and just open your mouth. Normally, Aries are good at doing that, but because of certain transitions lately, they have become stuck, for want of a better word. You're moving into a very inspirational time this week, where you're going to be trying to lead the pack, but because you are kind of sitting on the fence, somebody could get in the way. So there is going to be the need to be open and be quite forceful and kind of chop through the dead wood and go ahead. You need to start creating a new path this week, or have a new insight to where you want things to be going. You need to start creating your dreams, Aries. Now, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday sees you going into this period with new visions and new beginnings. I'm just reading something. Hello, whoever you are, Facebook user, that it's your first visit here, and welcome. That was me, Michelle. Oh, hello, Michelle. So just back to Aries, there is going to be this generation of moving forward and new visions. But Aries, you're not to let your ego get in the way. You are to just focus on the tasks at hand and focus on them in a creative way. You know, the planet of Uranus is in your charts this week, and it's going to make you feel a bit irritable, and you could be a bit argumentative, Aries. My advice to you is to curb it and just hold back. Otherwise, nothing will be productive this week. Friday is your best day this week for transitions and change and positive attributes. Aloha, whoever you are. So there is a new way forward. The planets are giving you this chance, but you've got to utilize them in the correct way. Aries, you need to bite your tongue a wee little bit this week. By Friday, this will be clearing, and you're all set to have a very positive weekend, highlighted with perhaps new people coming around you. And even though in the week you may feel a wee bit, well, threatened by others, for want of a better word, you will move out of that phase. You need to be positive. You need to be focused on what you want this week. Financially, things are okay. And the one thing which I want Aries to be, rather than forceful, is to be patient and also have a strong urge or a willingness to compromise in certain situations. Aries, when some other people try to get in the way of you, you will kind of bombard. And I don't want you to bombard. I want you to kind of hold back this week, bite your tongue. Yeah. A good flow, good creativity coming in. There are parts of this week that will feel some tension, some emotion, Try and avoid it like the plague. Friday is your best day. The weekend is going to be brilliant for Aries. It's going to be shining. So as ever, I've pulled out some cards for Aries as well to coincide with what I wrote there. I usually pick a Moonology card and a healing card. So we're going to start with the Moonology card. Now, remember what I said in your charts. I said that things are reachable, but you need to stand back a little bit and hold your tongue. But at the same time, I'd like you to be creative. So the Moonology card you've got is this card here, which is conclusions are within your reach. Only you will know what those conclusions are. Conclusions as in a completion of your phase of life, conclusions that you get the answers that you need. Look towards, I feel anyway, from this card, towards the end of the week. Don't fall by not biting your tongue. Be positive all the time, but do it in a precise way. Friday is that key day, remember, where these conclusions, could come into being and you get the answers that you want. So whatever those conclusions are, only you will know what they are. Keep it in your mind. Hi, Helen from Victoria in Virginia. Hello to you. So keep them in your mind because it needs to be positive. You see, I always say that these cards, although they come from different paths, always coincide for some uncanny reason. And you've got the card of manifest here, Aries. Again, it tallies in with what I said in the charts. It's about bringing ideas and projects into your reality. Yeah. It's about processing and looking at the new. Now, this could be in a physical sense, or it could be in an emotional sense, and it can also be in the outside sense, like careers, work, whatever. You feel at the end of the week, you're going to have a gift for life, and that your life is starting to go through a transformation. But this can be the other side. It can be negative also if you let your feelings or mouth run wild. Hold back. There is a nice feeling of abundance and happiness and new creations coming into your life, Aries, and it's all set for the end of this week. Manifest. I actually like that card. It's all about manifesting new things, looking at what you've done now, but manifesting it in a different way. It's a very productive card, but it also can lean on the emotional. So allow it to happen, Aries, but just hold yourself back a wee little bit if anyone starts to niggle you. So that was Aries. Hi, Catherine. Thank you. So now we're going to go on to the wee bulls of the zodiac and Taurus. Last week I talked about Taurians going through big changes because of that retrograde and big feelings because of that retrograde that we all went through. But it was predominantly the air signs that were affected. It affected every sign, but the air signs more. Just let me recap on this. Right, Taurus. Yeah, I feel that for Taurians, this coming week up until next Monday, remember, it might not apply to every Taurus. These are just sun signs, but I've placed here in your charts that there is a warning. You may feel this week a little bit of an impact. Now, it's repercussions from that retrograde and you've moved into a new zone, and it's whether you trust that new zone or not, because you felt in the recent past pretty awful, and you need to kind of all right, Helen, you need to kind of move forward with great gusto, but with trust in your heart this week. You know, things in life generally, away from the charts, come to expand our knowledge, expand our experiences, but also to teach lessons. Health-wise, there has been this abundance of stress which has been around Taurus, and I want this to now move away. If you feel at any point, Taurus, a wee bit negative to things this week, you are to just stop, chill out, and focus on yourself a wee little bit. Forget everything else which is going on. Focus on the you. Your personal and family life seems to be okay. There seems to be a lot of activity in your charts here, so you could be moving or making certain changes around yourself, which in the long term is going to be beneficial to you. But one thing I must say with Taurus is that, you know, you're a ball, and sometimes you can be very fixed. So if recently you have had some sort of a letdown, now that could be emotional, career, not getting what you want, these type of things. The essence here is that you really need to build up a feeling of trying again. You know, if you were not meant to go into certain pathways, it's because you were not meant to go into those pathways. So you need to sit down and you need to refocus on the pathways that you want again. Now, this could be a new job, it could be a new career, it could be a new emotion. You need to really sit down and ask yourself, where is it I go from here now? Okay. Financially, it's going to be a bit better than it has been. Yeah. You've got Mars, which is quite a confident sign coming into your picture. Yeah. And it's in Leo. But you've also got Uranus there playing about with you a little bit. So it's still going to be playing with your emotions, Taurus. Health could be affected a wee little bit. And I don't mean kind of strong ill health, but little niggly things which are just going to get on your nerves and create stress. But a lot of what I am saying is coming from stress anyway. This week, Taurus, tomorrow sees you feeling a sense of newness, a sense of positive coming in. Wednesday and Thursday sees this backtrack a wee little bit, as if, no, I best just stay in this moment, which is typical Taurian because there are bulls standing in the field, you know, just observing, but kind of not moving forward. So I want you to move forward. Bottom line is that I want you to go on to bigger things. I want you to start looking at the bigger picture in your vision, in your life. Financially, as I said, things are going to be okay, but I still want you to be a bit careful. The weekend, starting on Friday, is seeing positive feelings, yeah? Although really, all the positiveness is going to be next week. So please keep that in your mind. Family-wise, I feel like you are generating a feeling of well-being and things are okay. There could be somebody around you that is causing some emotion for you, or just you're thinking about them emotionally. It's nothing too bad. Spiritually as well in your chart, you are becoming more aware of things which are around you this week. So these could be kind of spiritual feelings or picking up on things, that are affecting you. I will also say to you that Thursday and Friday, because of this planet setup, there could be a period of really vivid dreams, which could be leaning onto the nightmare stuff. It is your body clearing yourself of these emotional toxins, and it's got to come out somehow. All in all, towards the end of the week, things are going to be great, Taurus. But now, focus on that greatness, focus on that where you want to be. Start to reapply yourself to certain things. Perhaps you want a new career or a new job, or even new emotion. You want to feel good. Stop panicking about things and let it go. That was your chart, Taurus. Hope it made head or tail to certain people who are Taurus. Sorry, I didn't really say hello to you, Helen. So, oh my, yes, that's for sure. Okay. And Helen, yay, Taurus. Oh, I've forgotten to change the wee little thing here. You see how carried away I get? Let me just change the banner. There you go. So we are in Taurus. Sorry about that. It's just difficult because I have to shift over all the time. There you go. So I've just done the charts for Taurus. So let me see if the cards tally in for Taurus with what I was going on about there. Okay, I chose, and I don't look at these cards until now, right? So I always keep them face down, so I don't know what they are, but because I find it more exciting. The card here for Taurus that I chose in Moonology is a fixed moon. Now, remember what I said about Taurians being fixed. Yeah, it is going to be quite hard to get yourself going in a way, but it's the card of holding your vision. So it is, no matter what, no matter how you're feeling, no matter how much emotional energy is going on there at the moment and things that need to shift, you are to hold your vision come what may. Sorry, hold your vision. You see these mountains in the card? Yeah, sometimes mountains are hard to climb, aren't they? And Taurus, being a wee bull, don't like going uphill. But sometimes in life we have to a wee little bit to obtain our dreams or whatever we want. This is what this card is telling me. Hold on to your dreams in a way. Hold your vision and go forward. So I also picked a healing card for Taurus. And the healing card I chose was Heaven on Earth, which is this card here. I love this card. It's about things merging. It's about things merging, but also going into a new manifestation, going into a new area. So although I was saying to you in the charts that you're kind of reluctant because of recent past events, this is bringing the manifestation that you need. It's bringing those new ideas into reality. So if there's something that Taurians need to sit down and start to do, yeah, you need to start and do it, because it's not going to come to you. Yeah. Applications for jobs, everything. This card is more masculine, but it has feminine connotations. You need to ground yourself. You need to focus on what it is that you want to go forward into and start the process. There is this sense in this manifestation of coming into a oneness, coming into a new feeling. Anything negative, stress or whatever is going to actually go away. this week. There is also the opportunity of a reunion, but this for Taurus is kind of like a reunion with yourself, the way you are, how you have been, pushing all these negativities aside. So for Taurus this week, I'd like you to go with the flow. I'd like you to, be positive and allow these things to come into, sorry about that, it's my phone, into a oneness. Great. So that was Taurus the bull. Let me shift this banner. Because now we're coming up to the elusive twins, and that is Gemini. Just let me have a sip of my water. So, Gemini, sign of the twin. Just let me recap here. Right, Gemini. Geminis this week are going to be going through kind of new vision. Yeah, they're going to be going through looking at things with different eyes, looking at things in a positive way, but also because of other people around you, they will have a tendency or an impact on you to make you feel a bit low or a bit negative. And therefore, it could lead to kind of Geminis going through this overly focused week where they want to get everything right, or they want, to be positive with everything. Yeah. But they're finding it extremely hard. There is a warning for Gemini this week, and that is, it's not really to do with you, but it's to do with other people who are around you. So keep that in your mind. Try and not worry about it too much. Geminis get bored quickly. You're the sign of the twin. And I always say this when I read about Geminis. You've got an angel on one shoulder, you've got a demon on the other. Hold the demon away, and bite your tongue with these people who could be agitating you, and move on, because it will cause confusion otherwise. You've got Saturn in your 9th house, which is the main energy of focus, but it can also bring a bit of confusion. Stay focused, but don't be overly focused, if that makes sense. You are going to reach a point where you feel that you're completing your mission this week. I would say that things are going to move on towards the end of the week. You've got Mars and Leo here. So there is going to be kind of like this firing up, if you want to call it. That's why I'm saying don't let the demon win and hold your tongue. Yeah. You want people around you this week that you trust. Geminis are going through kind of a little nostalgic phase, if you want to call it. They might be looking up old acquaintances or old friends. And I want you to kind of focus on that, but also focus on the new. I will stress again, and I would say this is on the 1st, which is Thursday, that there is going to be problems with communication. So in order to ease it, you might be focusing too much on easing it and allowing other things to just go on the wayside. You've got to remain centered in the moment, Gemini, which is hard for Geminis because you're two people, but I want you to go the middle road. As we go to the weekend, especially on Saturday, you've got kind of Uranus hovering there, and it's going to bring some unpredictability or agitation. You're going to be sitting there thinking, oh, I want to be doing something, but I don't know what. There is going to be this feeling of feeling a bit kind of low, Gemini. Yeah. So you, at the weekend, you have to focus on that and start to do nice things which are going to inject a sense of positiveness to come back. I will also say, and I've been mentioning it for Gemini over the last couple of weeks, you know, your spending power or monetary issues need to be on a level, because at the moment they have not been too good, although they are about to turn. My advice to Geminis in that sense is to not be spending too much money. Hold back, keep it until things level off. Next week, I feel there will be a leveling off in that direction. So if you're out shopping and you see that nice dress or those nice trousers or blouse or whatever it is, you are to curb the tendency to spend your money. On the bonus side, Sunday and Monday next week is going to see you coming out of this kind of higgledy-piggledy phase, for want of a better reason, and feeling a lot more positive and kind of at one with yourself. So go with the flow of that. That was Gemini's charts. I promise you it will start to change next week. But at the moment, just hold on to your vision, hold on to your centering. Right. I've also picked 2 cards out for Gemini. Now, remember what I said about, kind of don't be overly focused on things. Yeah. Towards the end of the week, so the weekend, it's going to be time to activate new things. But in the week, it is essential that you just hold back. We've got the card of it's time to take action. But what action is that, Gemini? Only you will know, and only you will feel it. And it could be in an emotional direction. It could be career. I have a tendency to lean more towards that. And it's time to take action. It's time to promote yourself, but don't be too overly focused on it, as I've been banging on in your charts. Sorry about that. There it is. It's time to take action. We also have a healing card here, which I have chosen, which is the card of creation. It's about all your creative energies, yeah, and all your ideas flowing around, yeah, but it could be kind of overburdened. Remember what I said to you in the charts about not being overly focused on things. Just go with the flow. Even though kind of there is going to be a window of opportunity which is coming along, just go with the flow of it. Don't be too eager is the correct word. On the other hand, this card is saying to me that you're actually ready to be moving on to the next level. The end of the week will start to see that happening. All I'm saying to you is just hold off a wee little bit and let things happen naturally. That's the right word. Creation. Remember the demon, remember the angel. When you walk around the shops, don't be spending. But the demon can come in certain other situations, like when dealing with people. Don't listen to it. Just hold back and go with the flow, Gemini, this week, please. Best days for Gemini this week is Saturday and Sunday, the weekend. Thank you, Gemini. Now we're going to move on to the wee crabs, and that is Cancer. The crab. Right, you know what I say about Cancerians. Last week I was talking about Cancerians need to take chances and come out of their wee shell a bit more. And this week it's showing to me that there's been a really big shift for Cancerians, and they are geared up to actually come out of their shell and be focused and move on. It particularly is significant around July the 1st, which is Thursday. Remember, this won't apply to all Cancerians. These are just sun signs. But around July the 1st, kind of Mars and goes into like Leo, and it could affect kind of your financial situations, but it can affect your other houses in a very positive way. So there is this feeling, you know, Cancerians are can be very, they float out with the sea and they float in, and it can make them feel cautious and hide in the little shell. But this week definitely sees you coming out of that shell and wanting to experiment with new ideas and new focus. Now, this could be on an emotional level. So romantically, there could be the thought of new energies in the emotion. Sorry, I lost track there. In the emotion. And there could be, if you are already engaged in a relationship, there could be new focus on that, and it deepens for Cancer. If you are footloose and fancy free, there could be a new attraction coming around you. If that attraction is already around you, there is going to be the possibility of that strengthening and starting to move on in a good way. There are kind of trends here that you need to move on in your work as well. In your work circle, there could be a few higgledy-piggledies that cause you a few agitated problems. I think also for Cancerians this week, it's all about understanding what you're worth. Yeah. Perhaps career-wise, your worthiness, what you've got to give, what you give out, and also be looking at what comes back the other way, as in financial resources. It's about you getting enough out of it for yourself, both on an emotional level, but also on a financial level. You work hard, you want to see results, and you want feedback for what you do, you know. Financially, things will go on. Now, emotionally, as I said to you about the romantic side for Cancerian, there is going to be this newness or this new deepening of feeling, and you're feeling quite positive about it. But one thing I might add to Cancer, sometimes they doubt their own self, they doubt their own emotion, and I want you to be undoubtful about it. I want you to be positive, because you are destined for this deepening, as I talked about, and a new beginning. There is a person who also could be in the way with certain Cancerians standing in front of you, and you need to, and it's hard for Cancer, to confront that person Say what you mean in a truthful way. I would say that this has connotations within your career path more so than emotionally. So please look out for that. You need to be kind of reflective and recognize the situations this week as they come into the flow. So be very aware, Cancer, of changes and things which may happen. All in all, Cancer, emotionally, this coming week, right up till next Monday, is going to be a good feeling, a good emotion, things deepening, you popping out of your shell a wee bit more and moving on. I like it. Always remember that if somebody, like I just said here, about somebody causing an obstruction in many respects, even though I've said, speak your mind, be very kind of okay in speaking your mind. Don't be nasty or anything like that. Because whoever this person is, 100% I will say that karma will come to greet them anyway, and you won't have to do much. So on that level, I feel emotionally things are going to be buoyant, things are going to be nice, and I'd like you to go with the flow of that tide. I've also picked cards out for Cancer, and it kind of tallies in with what I've said here, what I said in your charts. It's time to release negativity. It's time to release all that negativity and let it go and focus on new openings, new feelings emotionally, new energy emotionally, and move on. So accept things which come along. If you're already attached, accept that it's going to go deeper and into a new focus. I like this card. It is a full moon card. It's saying that perhaps you may feel that certain things are unobtainable, but they will be attainable. And it's saying here, it's time to release negativity. So Cancer, you have to get rid of it, put it in the bin and go forward. I also picked a healing card for Cancer, and again, it kind of tallies in with what I was saying. It's the card of truth. Yeah. It's about removing any illusion. Yeah. It's about, sorry for the seagulls outside, I live near the sea. It's about getting rid of illusions, facing up to things. Like I said in the charts about, there could be someone that you need to face up to. Yeah. This week we'll see you working on others' deceit. Yeah. It's seeing you dealing with it, because basically what you want is the truth. So it sees you dealing with it, and once you do it, you're moving into this freedom cycle in your life. Any threats to you will be dispersed, and it will turn into a strength, a warrior strength, and there's going to be courage coming back into your life, new emotion, and also personal power again. So it looks pretty good to me, Cancer, this week. Watch out for those little wee areas that I told you about, like the confrontation, and go with the flow of it. Open yourself up to the truth. If it is the truth that is given to you, just accept it, and go with the flow. I forgot to change the banner yet again. That was Cancer. Just show it for a wee while. Now we'll go up to Leo. There we are. Done it now. There. So, let me have a wee. I put the link out to my reading room. Just remember that there are other psychics there as well. We're all very nice people, very psychic, and they'll be waiting there for you if you would like a reading. So I'm moving into Leo. Just let me recap. Right, Leos. I think that you are moving into probably one of the biggest independent zones of your life this week, where you have cracked certain things. I feel like you've moved on in a way, that you're in a new area, a new emotion. You could have moved. There could be new people around you. There could be a new environment. But what I'm saying to you is that this week sees you cracking it. It could be, as I've put here, that you're cracking it in work. It's not necessarily home environment. Things are starting to really resonate in a positive way for Leos. And if you haven't kind of been getting to grips with your life of late because of all this retrograde motion that I talked about last week, you're now getting to grips with it this week, that things are going to rapidly move forward and that you're going to be swinging in the right way and things are going to be swept with the wind and you're going to start to feel focused and alive. But as everything, these new cycles have been long in coming. So there's new experiences this week. There could be new people coming around you. You might decide, I want to do something new in my life. Leos can be quite creative, so look towards that a wee little bit. Also, I've put here, relationships with others, although are going to be very good, there could be some agitation from someone. And yet, because you've got it's kind of inner aggression. So somebody is going to be annoying you, but you're going to have to just put them over there, because I don't want anything spoiling this lovely new cycle which you've moved into. And certain people can see that you're in this new cycle and they'll do anything to, I'm going to swear in a moment, fuck it up. So don't allow that to happen. Go with the flow of it and new things. At the weekend, you are going to be looking at things in an intense way, but also in a positive way. Things emotionally are bringing the right sense of balance. They're bringing the new sense of emotion that you need. Also within your career. But also in your career, there could be a different, there is a positive flow, but there could be this kind of imbalance. Ignore it. Just keep going with the task at hand. Be more focused. Go with the flow. Allow your new energy, your new cycle to bring about those energies that you need. You see, there is definitely someone for certain Leos that is going to cause a few wee problems. Just keep your energies on a focus level and do not allow it to bombard you with negative feelings. If Jules is still here, you're welcome with the Cancer sign. So I feel like you're in a new cycle. The old cycle is over. Focus on the new cycle. Focus on it in a very positive way. Towards the end of the week, well, starting on the 1st, which is Thursday, and those kind of 4 or 5 days till Monday are going to be extremely positive for Leo. You need to energize it. You need to go with the flow of it. Allow it around your life. Don't allow anybody to disrupt it, please. So, you know what I was talking about there? It's like Leos can dream of new things, you know, put them in to practice as well a wee little bit. So now I'm going to turn over the cards, which I have chosen for Leo. Let's have a look. Okay, the Moonology card that I chose for Leo is Full Moon in Taurus, and it is Your Dreams Need a Practical Plan. So you've got all the dreams in motion this week, Leo, but they need a practicality around them. You need to be practical with it and allow these new energies to flow, but in a practical way. There it is. Allow your dreams to flourish. Allow your dreams to move on. Allow yourself to be focused and positive on a new direction. Anything which has happened is over for Leos. You've been through probably one of the biggest transitions that you will go through for a while. You left it behind last week, and now you're in your new zone. And I want you to make some of your dreams become a reality, but attach a practical plan to it. Well, this is a very apt card. I've chosen the healing card for Leo. Yeah. And it is the card of a rebirth. Remember what I said? You've moved in to this new cycle, this new zone. So this is saying rebirth. It's saying that you have let go of anything which is negative, that you are focusing on the new thing. But it even says here on the card, even though you're entering into new situations, you require a practical plan. So just don't jump in head first, Leo. Stand back a wee little bit and analyze it. I'm not saying you must not follow your dreams, because I think that you must, but analyze it and go into it with a practical plan. Allow it to happen. Rebirth now into your new cycle, which is all around you, Leo, at the moment. The old cycle is over there. It's kind of gone. Yeah. So a few wee little tensions here, but I would say all in all for Leo, it's going to be a great week. Focus on your dreams, Leo. Now we're getting there now. Now I'm up to the sign of Virgo for the coming week. Let me shift the banner. I will get used to this in the end. There we go. So we're up to Virgo. Let me just recap. Right, last week, Virgos may remember that I was talking about emotions and things running high and family members causing not friction so much as emotion. Things were going on around the sign of Virgo, and it did have a lot to do with this retrograde motion. So Virgos have moved into a bit of a week where they can actually stop and breathe a little bit. Yeah. That these things are flowing away and you can start to focus a bit more clearly on where you want to go. It is like you've had a breather, a chance to think away from everything where you're at the moment. Now, that could be a physical awareness, but health and emotion are kind of at one here in your charts. So you are to watch out for anything emotionally. You're not to allow stress this week to get in the way of your focus or where you want to be. It's a time this week where you're reevaluating certain things. You're reevaluating people who are around you. These people could be even offspring or children. Psychically, you've been thinking about them. You're feeling kind of emotional. You may be blaming yourself this week a wee bit, Virgos. Don't blame yourself. Just let it go. Focus on you. On a business and career level, things are becoming empowered in such a way that things are going to start to move forward for Virgo. And financially, because of that, things are going to start to see a new generation and things starting to go with a different flow, a better flow than they have been. Best days this week is actually tomorrow for Virgos, and then there's a kind of a wee dip, and then Thursday the 1st, Friday the weekend seems pretty good to me for Virgos. Lots of emotional pointers there. There could be the need to be around friends. You seem to be kind of marching forward, and there is this new flow for Virgos. But then again, on the back burner, there is this kind of family or this family issue or emotional issue, which might take up some of your time. Career-wise is going to enhance and be good. Health, I talked for a wee while about stress with Virgo. I don't want you to allow that stress to manifest in such a way that it starts to affect all your areas of your life. Ditch the stress, ditch it, focus on new directions, focus on you. This is a week, especially towards the weekend, where Virgos have got to start loving themselves a bit more. And I don't mean in a vain way. I mean in an emotional way. Start looking at yourself. Start to think about you only. Forget everybody else, please. It's got to be a time for you. If anyone has caused you emotion, if anyone has caused you friction, this week is the time to let it go. Allow it to go. Yeah. Sorry about that. It's a text message. You see, you've got here Mars, and this planet for you will be drudging up old memories. You may be thinking in the terms of, where did I go wrong? What could I have done better? When there's nothing that you could have done better, because whatever was around you would have happened anyway. So allow it to go, leave it behind. And this week, I want you to start, particularly towards the end of the week, start positively thinking about you. As I say, career-wise, I think there's new cycles, there is a new direction, and things are going to be starting to be positive. Allow it to happen, Virgo. And family-wise and people who are around you, they can cause stress. They have done in the retrograde. I want you to just leave them over there now. So I picked some cards out for Virgo. One of the cards, the Moonology card, which is the full moon in Sagittarius, and it's asking you to look at the bigger picture of things. It's asking you to look outside the perimeters, look outside the boundaries of your life. See things in reality, see them for what they are, accept them, Know in yourself that you can't make any change, because what has happened is there and will always be there. And you need to move on. This card, I always say, is a card of premonition. If you know about premonitions, seeing and feeling things. Some of them, those feelings, maybe not what you would like to feel. And then some of those feelings is what you need to feel. Keep that in your mind. It's all about looking at the bigger picture, not only in a physical way, but also in a psychic way, in a sensitive way. You're like focusing on what you need to do. Look at the bigger picture. Yeah. Start to focus on you, Virgo. It's time for change. Forget everybody else. So I picked a healing card for Virgo, and it was spiritual surgery. It's all about deep repairing, deep emotional repairing this week. It's all about, getting those sighs out of the way and looking at your own self, looking at your own body. It's a time where you need to be relaxed and more focused on yourself and the simplicity of life and what you need there. There has been emotional pain. There has been a need for spiritual healing of yourself. And you should not be ever kind of scared this week to ask others for help. If you need somebody to talk to, if you need somebody to bounce off what you're feeling, well, then you need to do that. This card, spiritual surgery, is also about dissecting things. It could also have connotations on your career, where you're dissecting it and thinking, what is the way forward? How things are going to manifest if I do this, or manifest if I do that. But it's also going to give you the answers that you need to actually do it. So please keep it in your mind. All in all, I would say a positive week for Virgos, more so at the weekend, and tomorrow is highlighted. But I feel that you need to be focused on you. This week is about you, Virgo. So that was Virgo. If there are any Virgos in the audience, I hope that you enjoyed that. Yes. Let me change the banner. There's not many viewers on. There's only 2 of you. So now we're up to the scales and Libra. A sign of balance. Oh, sorry about that. So Libra. Let me just recap on what I jotted here out of my calculations today. All right, Libra. What I've got here is, wait a moment, let me go back. Hi, Betty. Right. Let me go back here. Just let me recap a moment. Libra. The first thing which throws out at me in the charts is this need to be back in the crowd. There is this need to have people around you again. There is this need to feel emotional again, but in the sense that you get enjoyment, you get laughs, you get humor, you have a sociable circle around you. Now, as we know, this has not been happening for a lot of people at the moment because of the current situation, which is known as COVID. But with Librans this week, there is this need, powerful, and you'll be thinking about it quite continually in your mind, to be attached to old friends, to be sociable, to be basically having a life. And all these thoughts are going to be going around Libran's mind this week. And it's a time of reflection. It's a time of also starting to actually try to do that, even though sometimes we have to be extremely careful. And you know why we have to be careful. Also, there is an element here of you're having to be relied on. This is only applying to certain Librans. You're having to be relied on. Somebody relies on you. Somebody trusts you. Somebody needs you in their life. Now, this might not be affecting every Libran. There is this intense tiredness around certain Librans, which needs to move away. So you can find some middle road in your life. This week we'll have these thoughts going on around your head because there is a need for you to move forward. But, you know, you've got to stop pretending that you don't need this to happen and just do something about it. You need other people to come into your picture of life. You need other people to perhaps help you a wee little bit. I'm tired with Librans. I feel physically tired. Not all of them, but a few of them. And I feel that you need to have this balance. I always say that with Librans, but their scales can be like this. But 9 times out of 10, what makes them like this is emotions from other people. So I want to break with Librans. I want you to have a bit of me time. I want you to start focusing on that. It's time to let go. Health-wise, with Librans, there has been certain physical things, not with every Libran, but a few Librans, where they have felt run down, where they have felt a difficulty in their chest areas or a bit lower down, where they need to focus on these areas and sorry about that, and focus on getting their health sorted. You know, stress leads into other categories, doesn't it? Stress always brings a quiet suffering in a way. The main essence of your reading this week is your chart is that you need a rest. It's as simple as that. You need rest, you need balance, you need to focus on new things. You need to feel good with yourself. Now, certain Librans, I've got to say this, please don't take me the wrong way. Certain Librans will be feeling put upon. Remember what I said about the tiredness. Allow it to go. Yeah. You've got to have a focus plan, Librans, this week. The weekend is showing an intense change emotionally. So I feel that you are kind of going into a new path, a new beginning. And it's looking good. You know, people are relying on you a bit too much. It's time for you. There is, in your chart, there is like this, well, some people call them a conjunction. I call it a triangle. And it's about somebody who is around you being possessive. But possessive could be kind of a strong word. Reliance is a better word. But for you, being in that situation, it could feel kind of a bit like possession, because you can't do anything else. You can't breathe. I want you to breathe a little bit. Take time out for you, you know. Saturday is going to be a pretty, really awesome day for Librans, where you feel kind of this balance and you're starting to roll in a new direction. But there could be some that need to speak words to someone in what I've just said now about having this time for you. So if you have to speak words, well, then do it. Open your mouth. You need to have an uncomplicated few weeks. You need to have your own space. I'm just recapping here. You need to step outside the lines. You need to have sociability back in your life, you know, and to certain people, you need to be honest about the way you are feeling. You can't, what I'm trying to say to Librans this week is, you can't run on all four cylinders if you haven't got the fuel to energize you and help you do it, right? So it's time for you to take heed of what I'm saying, and this week kind of bring yourself back into the moment and do things that you want to do. It can't be all about other people, Libra. It's got to be a wee bit about you. Saturday is going to be your best day. Well, Saturday and Sunday, and also I would say a Wednesday. So keep it in your mind. I've also took some cards out for Libra. Yeah. I'm going to turn the Moonology card over. It's amazing how these cards sometimes just totally coincide with what I've written in the charts. Now, remember what I said to Librans in the charts. I said about reflecting on you. I said taking time out, breathing, all of these type of things. And look at the card that has come out, you know. Take time to breathe out. I find that very uncanny and very apt. Take time out of your day. Take time out of your week. Start thinking about you, not everybody else, for a wee change, and think about yourself. It's time to breathe, Libra. This won't apply to every Libra, but I would say it applies to a fair few. So take that breathing space that you need. Wait a moment. You're going away for a few days. That's interesting. Well, enjoy yourself wherever you're going or whatever you're doing. So yeah, it is take time to breathe out. And as Betty has just said in the audience, she's actually going away. So Betty is Libra, and it tallies in with what I'm saying. Take time to breathe out. Enjoy this free time for you. But one little point, in taking time to breathe out, any thoughts, like I was saying, the need to do that, any thoughts and emotional feelings because of the need to do that have got to be left over there at home or wherever. So I've chosen a healing card for Libra, and the healing card that I chose was support. But this is something that certain Librans have been giving, not receiving, you know. So it needs to kind of alternate and switch round. I feel like you are going to get a wee bit of support in the future. There is support coming in. There is a feeling of assistance, which is kind of what I talked about in your charts. There is a reminder that spiritually, you are never alone. So spiritually, there is somebody around you. There is people around you which can help you. But I'm talking about on the spiritual level now, on the spiritual side. And these people will, in a spiritual way, come to give you strength this week. So keep that in your mind. There's got to be a new stamina. This will come through support. There is a need to feel a bit pampered, a bit loved this week. Allow that to happen. It all comes under this card of support. So, new spirituality, feeling focused, taking that breather this week, looking for a new cycle to begin. I feel you're going to crack it, but you need to leave the emotion at home. So that was the sign of Libra. So now I'm going to move on. Change the thing here. And now we're up to Scorpio, the stingy ones of the zodiac. Great. Just excuse me for 1 minute. Sorry about that. All my charts fell on the floor. So, Scorpio. Just let me recap. Right, Scorpios, this week is going to see you going into a cycle which is kind of heavy. That you're not to take too much on board. It's all to do with Mars, and it's all to do with the way Mars is around you. It could be short-lived. I feel that it could be like just 50 hours, but keep it in your mind. Particularly, I want you to look at your home life and also your professional life, because there are going to be thoughts of change there this week. In your home life, I want you to feel emotionally balanced. Now, if you are feeling that that's not happening at the moment, you need to bring some sort of emotional balance back into the home environment, especially whether you know, if you're attached and you're with your nearest and dearest. If you're single, you need to bring your emotional things into your life. So it's time for you to get out there and look. You're on the cusp of doing that. If you're living on your own but are not single, there is going to be kind of an emotional turbulence. So if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, that's what I'm saying, and you don't live together, there could be an emotional disturbance. Try and not let it invade your emotions too much in the next week up until next Monday. One thing that you won't allow to happen, you should not allow to happen this week, is anybody else to kind of use the old emotional manipulation tap. You need to switch that tap off. Allow them to get on with it. If you feel that this is going on, you need to stand back from it. This is more towards the weekend that I get this feeling in your charts about that. So you need to be a bit strong, a wee bit strong, Scorpio, and kind of hold back from it and just move on. So there is also kind of a demanding situation around you this week. This is more leading on to your career elements and work projects. You need to focus, but it could be that you just feel that things are getting out of hand a wee little bit and things are on top of you, particularly around Thursday and particularly as we head towards the weekend on Friday. That's what I'm talking about. You may feel that you are blowing your brain, that your brain power is just really low at the moment, and you need to do other things which are going to make you feel a bit happy. So keep that in your mind. One thing which I have highlighted very strongly in your charts, I will read it. You're going to be very busy, but that is no reason for you to be rude. And because no one likes to be bossed around, Scorpio. Yeah. So put your little tail back in. Even though they are clearly going to be assisting you. So whoever this person is going to be helping you. And then there's you with your tail poking them. So you need to be careful for that, please, Scorpio, and just stop it. Yeah. So it's a week of reflections also. And after this little hiccup that I've read out to you, you're going to be kind of happy as well, because you're actually going to think, well, I've actually got a lot of amazing people around me. And some people haven't even got that. I can almost hear you saying those words. If you get out of hand with anyone, right? If you speak your mind to anyone, Scorpio, well, then you need to apologize or treat them to lunch. And then commence in another flow. The weekend is highlighted for thoughts and feelings, kind of being a bit nostalgic, focusing on your life. Where did the next steps go? But that's kind of been around Scorpio for a while. All this headstrong and opening your mouth with Scorpios this week, it's because you've got kind of Leo and Taurus floating around there. And it's causing a few wee cracks for Scorpio. So watch out for that. Just stay in the zone. Don't allow your mouth to take over, Scorpio. Emotionally, on the other hand, as we come out of this week, so kind of we're looking at Monday now, things are going to be moving on in an intense way, but in a positive way. And emotionally, you'll be looking back at this week and saying, oh, well, it wasn't that bad after all. And I've come through and I'm okay, So keep it in your mind. Watch out for kind of the approach to the weekend, what I said about that, and focus on the weekend in reflections, do things for yourself, focus on you a wee little bit. That was Scorpio, but I've also put some cards out for Scorpio. The Moonology card. Yeah, you see, you've got the card here of you are good enough. And it's a full moon in Virgo. What's that saying to me is that you're going to be feeling as if you're good enough. And this could be why you're opening your mouth a wee bit, just curb it. But on the other hand, this card is saying to you, you are good enough, move forward. Be positive in certain things in your life. Allow things to change. Allow new things in, Scorpio. It is also saying allow others' viewpoints. You know, not everybody is out to take control and charge of you, Scorpio, this week, you know, and certain people who are around you will have a very valid point. They're only trying to help you, is the essence in that. You are good enough, and you are good enough to receive help from others this week as well. I've chosen a healing card for Scorpio, and the healing card that I chose was Cycles of Change. So there is like this shift coming around you. It's saying here, right, it coincides with what I said in the chart. This card is about going with the flow, welcoming messages from other people, and not blocking. Now, that couldn't have said it more precise. Yeah. Welcome the element of change and the help that you receive, Scorpio, because it will bring a sense of healing and a positive new direction. So that card there couldn't be more apt for what I said about Scorpio in the charts. Accept others, Scorpio, that they can be right sometimes. It's all about give and take, you know. All in all, this week is going to be good for Scorpios, but I want you to watch out for those pointers that I said. And I also say that these are general insights. They may not happen to every Scorpio, but they will be touching on quite a few. So keep that in your mind, please, Scorpio. That was Scorpio, and now we're up to a sign that I'm very familiar with because it's my own, and that is Sagittarius. Just let me recap a moment. Right, Sagittarius. A pretty good week in front of you. I feel particularly tomorrow, Thursday, and Saturday are going to be the best days for Sagittarius. However, there is kind of Saturn flowing around, and it's doing this. So it's kind of going to be agitating you and nudging you in a way. Other people won't be listening to your opinion, and that will agitate you. And you need to accept that other people's opinion may be just as valid, you know. Sagittarians are very good at speaking their mind and being positive, but sometimes, and it's only with certain Sagittarians, they can be very blunt and honest and to the point. And that's all the things I do not want you to be this week. Yeah. Be cautious where other people are concerned, and don't allow this honesty side of Sagittarius, you know, the brutally honest side of Sagittarius, get in the way. Work-wise, you are focusing on your identity this week in your career. There could be that somebody in your career has caused some friction, and this is where this spilling of the beans is going to come into the picture. Just be careful, Sagittarius. It's not going to be happening to every Sagittarius, but a fair few. Also, certain Sagittarians will be moving into a new phase. If you're creative, There could be new areas of success. So whatever that success is, it could be in the media, it could be in writing, it could be anything. So this week is going to kind of bring that into being. Also, I want you to tread cautiously, because I don't want you dropping your cup of coffee, basically. I want you to take cautious steps throughout the week. Remember, tomorrow is a good day. Thursday is a good day for Sagittarius. And Saturday is probably going to be your best day. Sagittarians tend to love Saturdays. So in those days that I've just said, you need to be focused and be doing things the way you want them to go. On the other days, which is Tuesday, isn't it? Is Wednesday and Friday. I want you to kind of hold yourself back a little bit and not be too bombarding with other people. Mars on Saturday, is going to do a 90-degree angle in Sagittarius. And Uranus is going to be following through as well. And Mars always wants to follow their own kind of path, their own rules, their own direction, not listening to everybody else. So you know what I said earlier in your chart about curtailing it and kind of not being, opening your mind is very apt, because the beginning of that is going to be focused on this week. And I just want you to just listen to other people and be liberated with other people, and don't allow this Mars situation, Mars and Uranus, to get you hot-headed or make you start to be stressed and also open your mouth to other people. So go with the flow. On the other hand, I feel your visions and your creativity and where you want to be going forward in is going to come kind of about this week. You are going to make time to dream a little, Sagittarius. You are going to make, on another footing, a good progression. Financially, Sagittarius, as I've put here, I just want you to be a little bit careful financially. Don't be spending too much of your money. Hold on to it, please. The bottom line is that I feel that you need to be careful in that direction, please, Sagittarius. Wait for another 2 weeks before you start thriftfully spending your money. Be cautious. Your health and those areas, there seems to be quite a few transitions. Some Sagittarians could be feeling the angel of stress above them, especially this week with what I've said. And I feel that you need to relax, chill out, and go back into your zone. The main element here with Sagittarius is that it will be other people that will be causing that for you. And you need to reflect on that, and you need to not allow it to make you bombard in 2 feet first with your mouth wide open. It's okay. I'm a Sagittarius, so this affects me as well. So I've analysed it, and I think if it happens, I'm going to stand back. And that's what I want you to do, Sagittarius. Best day of the week, Saturday. You're going to be feeling extremely positive and above everything. So that's good, isn't it? I also picked 2 cards out. I haven't changed the banner. Oof. I get that engrossed with what I'm saying that so we're getting there now. Sagittarius. Moonology card for Sagittarius is the new moon card, right? And if you can see in this new moon card, you see it's all shadowed, isn't it? But behind it, you've got like this white moon starting to come. It's about a new start coming, yeah? And it's kind of, well, it has connotations in what I said in the charts there about that Uranus, yeah, Mars. It's about you just being balanced, settled, not running in with 2 feet first and opening your mouth, but going with the flow, the gentle flow of things, and allowing this new start to come. Yeah, it's about a new phase of your life starting, and it's all triggered, or the new visions are triggered for Saturday. That's what I feel. Saturday is going to be the best day for you, Sagittarius. Saturday is going to see a new energy coming around you, a new restart coming in, and you'll be focused and positive about things. Saturday is very highlighted this week for Sagittarius. On the other hand, I've picked this healing card out for Sagittarius, which is the card of reflections. And this card is about, it's kind of like illusions and the truth, but this card is talking about what affects you. So it could be that other people's truth is affecting you. Sagittarius are the most honest sign in the zodiac. There are others, but Sagittarians believe in honesty, and that's why they can be very blunt, because they always speak it. In this card here, if you don't hear the truth from others, you'll open your mouth. Try and hold back in your reflections because it's not going to do you any favors. In your reflections, on the other hand, you are looking at past emotion. You are looking at your mind and where you're up to now. All this is about reflections in your mind and spirit. And it's saying here, you know, that you've got to have a wee bit more trust, and you've got to have a wee bit more energy in trust. Don't allow it. Don't allow this negativity from other people to get in the way, basically, and don't be going in there, galloping in like the true Sagittarius, opening your mouth. Reflections. That was the wee Archer, and that was Sagittarius. So let me change the banner, because now we are up to Capricorn. Just let me recap. Hi, Heidi. Nice to meet you. Where are you from? Right, so we're up to Capricorn. All right, this week, Capricorn, you could be feeling that you want a wee bit of change, that you want kind of new surroundings, that you want a bit of new scenery, you're fed up with things that have been going on for the past few weeks. But there is a stubbornness there. Pennsylvania. I'm over in Norway, by the way. So there is this kind of stubbornness, and basically what that is saying is that you need to curtail that, and you need to focus on what you need a wee little bit, like getting away, kind of having a new surrounding around you for a wee while, taking a break, and looking at those areas, because you need to. There is a lot of craving with Capricorn at the moment. There is a lot of thank you. There is a lot of craving at the moment. There is a lot of things that you want in your life emotionally. And I feel that you're kind of self-sabotaging yourself. You need to do the things that you want to do, but you need to stop being stubborn about it. In other words, if you feel this week that you want to do something, well, then you've got to do it. Yeah? No holds barred, just do it. If that means going on a break for a long weekend, if that means going out for dinner for a few evenings, do it. Even down to the cinema. It's about you being focused on that. And it's also, this week, is about recruiting a new thought and feeling with your partner, if you're married or not. And it's about moving into a new partner zone, understanding their feelings a little bit. It could be them that need you to change a wee little bit, and to take a breather, to go out. It's all about family focus this week. You've got Mars and Saturn in your financial areas this week, in your financial zones, and it's transitioning, and it could bring quite a few good positive shifts within your monetary areas this week. So on a monetary level, you will have the pennies in order to take the breaks, as I was putting it over to you, or to go out for a nice meal or something like that. So it is there, and I think that you need to go with the flow of that this week, Capricorn. Best days this week, Friday and Saturday for Capricorns. Wait a moment. You know, single Capricorns, this week could see you going with a different flow. If you're single and footloose and fancy free, there could be suddenly the appearance of somebody new on your path, and you are to go with the flow of it and accept it. Stop being stubborn like the goat and just go with the flow of it. You see, for as much as I say in your charts that you need to have a break, do things in a simplistic way this week, you've also got kind of a magnetism this week. People are going to be attracted to the wee Capricorns of the zodiac signs. So if you're kind of on your own, which Capricorns actually like, because they like doing a lot of things on their own, this is going to turn a wee little bit, and there is going to be quite a romantic feeling coming into your life, which leads me on to say that there could be some new person around you. If you're already attached, there will be a deepening of that, but you need to play it like I've said. Treat your partner. Start to go with the flow of it. Take on new things. Go for meals. Go for a wee break. Yeah, regenerate yourself a wee little bit, Capricorn, this week. Friday, Saturday sees a nice cycle and things moving on. With Capricorns this week also, and I've wrote here, you need to take chances a wee little bit. I said financially things are going to be okay. So you need to take chances a wee little bit and be a bit daring, try something new, Capricorn. Yeah. Weekend looks pretty good. Health, I feel, don't see anything really untoward with the health areas, apart that you're in need of what I am saying to you. You're in need of taking a break, standing outside your zone a wee little bit, and focusing on a newness. That was the charts. I'm going to move on to your cards that I've chosen for Capricorn this week. Can't really see what you... I'm looking at Moonology cards, and I've also calculated the charts. Brad Wolf. Heidi, love the accent. Well, although I live in Norway, I'm not from Norway. I was born in the UK. So I've chosen a Moonology card for the sign of Capricorn. I've also chose a healing card, but I'm going to start with the Moonology card. Your work is paying off, it says here. So this has two connotations because it's a new moon in Capricorn, actually. Yeah. The card is the new moon in Capricorn. So what it's saying is that your hard work is paying off, and you need to be kind of looking at other areas of your life a wee little bit. You need to be looking at focal points in your life which create more of an emotional balance for you, which bring a bit of enjoyment into your life, which brings a sense of contentment. You need to sort of categorize. Work is over there and it's doing okay. Emotionally is over here and it needs to be doing just as much okay. So this week is all about focusing on that energy rather than the work focus. It's all about you getting a bit of emotional going in your life. Yeah. If you're single, getting a bit of romance going in your life. If you're partnered, taking time out for the pair of you, doing things that you like doing together. And communication will be the key there as always, but having a nice time. Yeah. I also picked a healing card for Capricorn. It's the card of blossoming, like a flower. Yeah. It's about blossoming and growing from seed into this flower, allowing your emotions in this week, remember. Yeah. It's kind of like spring, although we're in summer. Yeah. A bit about self-love, looking at your inner beauty, and also focusing on what is around you. So that is kind of, other people, focusing on other people who are around you. Yeah. Bringing a bit of stamina into the situation, bringing a bit of love, spice. Yeah. And allowing it to grow. So emotionally this week, it's all favored to be good, but you are going to have to put a wee little bit of effort into it happening. As I say, best days for Capricorn, Friday, Saturday. As we approach those 2 days, the other days are not going to be too bad, but you are going to have to focus on getting this new side of your emotion in order. blossoming from seed to flower. Heidi, yep. Are you referring to Capricorn? I'm going to change the banner because I always forget to change it. There we are. So we've got 2 signs to go. I'm up to Aquarius. Let me just go back to the chat. There we are. Aquarius. Just let me see what I calculated and wrote in your chart for this week. Yeah. All right. Aquarius. Virgo just happened. Oh, I placed Virgo out before. I don't know if you were here then, Heidi. Okay. And you're just happy. Well, that's nice, isn't it? So, the water bearers, Aquarius. You know, sometimes Aquarians have to eat humble cake. They need to know, they need to feel that what they've done is okay. You know, some Aquarians do things and then they think, oh, that was wrong of me to do that, or I shouldn't be doing this really because it's going to affect. All right, Heidi, yeah, it'll be on there. So have a wee listen. Sorry. You need to eat kind of a bit of humble cake. You know, you've been through lessons recently, Aquarius. As most signs have been going through this retrograde, which I talked about last week, it's a time to be more disciplined in how you are with others. So, you know, it's no good burning the candle at both ends, isn't it? You need to focus on your energies for yourself, both emotionally and physically. There are Aquarians, because of this, I call it like shape shifting. It's to do with your health. It's to do with a bit about your sanity as well. It's about you focusing on yourself physically, but also focusing on yourself brain-wise, emotionally. There could be stress. There could be emotion going on there. Yeah, you need to focus on letting it go and focusing on you. Certain Aquarians will have gone into a new cycle, but that cycle is over here. And the old cycle is still over here. And they're kind of interlocked at the moment. You need to allow that old cycle to go and to emotionally let it go in order for you to move into this new cycle freely and emotionally. You know, a lot of these feelings that I'm getting is that you need to control yourself. You feel that others have been creating an emotional disturbance for you. This has kind of been going on from December, by the way, you know, because Saturn has been playing a big kind of role in Aquarius's life. Yeah. And that went up to March. Now things have changed there, but you kind of, you know, when we go through big parts in our life and then there's a calmness, isn't there, after the storm, and then we can't believe that we've gone into this calmness, and you're like waiting for the next thing to happen. Sorry about that. I've got all these different sounds on my mobile phone. It's fantastic. That was a wolf. So back to Aquarius. You know, when we go through bad elements in our life and then suddenly things start to go good, what Aquarians are doing at the moment is they've gone into like a new recycle, but then they're kind of saying, oh, what's the next thing that's going to go wrong? And it may never happen, but you need to take control back in other areas of your life. There are family members which, well, there are certain family members which are causing you frustration, which are causing you anguish. If you have offspring, I will say it's that area. But then there is also this week a bit of anguish with other family members, and these could be kind of people who you have to be around at the moment. I'll put it that way to you. You need to prioritize where your loyalties lie. You need to start thinking about your own loyalty to yourself in a way. Yeah. It's about taking a bit of time out for you, please. Emotionally, romantically, single Aquarians are going to be looking at new dimensions. I'm laughing because I know an Aquarian, and this is actually happening to her, to look at new emotional directions or looking at new romantic directions. These could be in just the looking sense I've put here. But if you're already attached, things are going to go into a beautiful new feeling of energy, and things are going to be deepening in a romantic sense for Aquarius. However, there is this week this agitation from others who are around you. Now, this could be family, it could be to do with career issues. It's highlighted for a female that is going to do this to you, so please keep that in your mind. The thing is, Aquarius, you can't please everyone. So sometimes you need to just please yourself a wee little bit. Your energies this week are like this. You've got new things going on and you need your energies to be like this. But other things seem to be taking that energy away, if that makes sense. And you need to bring yourself back into the moment. Aquarius, you are to look out for you a wee little bit. Focus on you. Yeah. If anybody causes this frustration, as I've been kind of set in your charts, stand back from it. I've even put here, I've wrote here, water bearers. Your satisfaction to things and also your satisfaction within your sanity is at risk this week. Take heed. But I also said about the romantic cycle, things moving on. So Monology. And there we have it. A new romantic cycle begins for Aquarius. A new romantic cycle is on its way for Aquarius. If you are already attached, it will see kind of a new spark, a new release in that situation, a new focus, a new beginning. If you are not attached, well, then the chances are your soulmate is just around the corner, or you're going to meet somebody who's going to have quite an impact around you on your life, or failing that you are going to be quite attracted to someone but don't know what to do with it. So I'd like you to keep that in your mind, Aquarius. It is there. it can bring balance into your life. See the scales? Because it is the new moon in Libra, which means emotion, Venus and all that. So a new romantic cycle begins. And I would say to you, I love this card anyway, because it never happens to me. But I love this card and for others. And it's about a new cycle, a new beginning, and a positive direction in that. Allow it to happen, Aquarius. And also look at yourself and what you need to balance. Don't allow these frustrations, as I said in your charts, to kind of get in the way. So I've also chosen a healing card for Aquarius. Right. You know what I was talking about, family and all of that. And I said, don't allow confusion from your family, or don't allow emotions from your family to impede on you. I've got the ancestral inspiration card. It's about that you need to heal. It's all about bloodline. So it's touching on family. It's all about bloodline. It's all about letting go of certain frustrations that you've got in your family and move into the new. That it's all about you looking at you and looking at yourself emotionally. It's about the wheel of life. It's about transitioning. It's about endings. It's about you for a wee while, just looking at you. It's about also connecting to things which have caused you frustrations in a past tense and letting go of them, focusing on them head on and letting the wheel turn and you jumping off that wheel. Best days this week: tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for Aquarius. The weekend will see you kind of maybe a bit emotional and also the need for you to relax. Okay, but it is a pretty good week for as much as what I've said in the charts. Yeah, and you need to take heed of my advice, Aquarius. Ancestral inspiration. It's all about confusion which comes from family. Yeah, stand back from it and just have that nice romance. What I said in there, romantic time with other people. Wish I was having a bit of this. So, I'm just going to change the banner. There we are, the wee fish, Pisces. Just 2 seconds here. There, yeah. So, Pisces. If anybody's interested in any readings, by the way, you're to go over to the Psychics Live, online Psychics Live site. There are lots of psychics on there which are waiting for you, or simply just make a booking with a time that suits you. I've put my room out now on the thread, but obviously there are other psychics there as well, and they are all lovely and they're all very, very good at what they do. So, Pisces, the fish. Thank you, Paolo. As always, amazing. Oh, you're very welcome, Amanda. And I hope that you take something, well, do something like I said in the charts and the cards. Okay, so we're like coming to draw towards the end now. So I've gone through all the signs and now we're up to the wee fish, which is Pisces. There's going to be a lot going on for Pisces this week, but it's all in the mind. So Pisces, just let me recap on what I figured out in your charts. Good. You're welcome, Amanda. Pisces. Right, the fish. Pisces are water. They can be very deep. The Pisceans that I know can be in love with the idea of love. They can be very dreamy at times. They can also be very psychic and sensitive. But you're going into a phase here that I've put a dreamy phase where your visionaries need to be in the real world, but they're not. You're kind of tripping, yeah? You're kind of up here and you need to be down there and facing issues and facing reality this week. You've got Mars floating about there, and it's going to come in to opposition with Saturn, which is quite stern, and it's kind of Saturn is about facing reality. And I've just said to you, Pisces are going to be in this kind of dreamy, I'm in love with love mode, and they need to just come down here. You see, why I say that is there could be new things going to happen for Pisces, and I don't want anything to kind of jeopardize those new creative ventures for you this week. I want you to make them happen. And if you're in this mode as Pisces, you're welcome, Heidi. If you're in this mode, and I love the butterflies, if you're in this mode as Pisces, you're not going to get anything done this week. I know loads of Pisceans. Some of them are quite forthright and forward, but usually they are this deep, sensitive, creative, psychic, sensitive person. You must remember with Pisces, they've got a little bit of each sign in them. The astrology starts with Aries and it goes through every sign all the way around to the fish. So they're quite sensitive to everyone, all the other signs, yeah? And they can get themselves into this fixated dream state. And I want you to, like in this visionary state, and I want you to curb it, yeah? I want you to focus on other things that you want to get off the ground. It's no good just sitting there. I've even put it here. It's no good just sitting there gazing at a screen. Yeah. You know, I can almost see certain Pisceans this week just staring at the screen. And their mind is over here somewhere, you know, focusing on somebody else or something else. Yeah. I feel that you've got to come back into the moment, Pisces, please, this week. Yeah. In saying that, you are going into an inspired few days where your imagination is going to be on top form, Pisces, where you're going to be feeling as if you can focus and get somewhere, but it could be curtailed abruptly because of this dreaminess which is going to be around you this week. As I put here, you need to find a middle road and you need to kind of go through that middle road and keep going. It's like you just can't be bothered with all the details this week. I can't be bothered with work this week. I can't be doing with that. And for as much as that's okay, yeah, I mean, I do it now and again, but I'm saying to you that this week it's important to just be focused. You see, you've got Saturn there, which is sitting in kind of Aquarius, and this makes your fantasies and kind of your deepness and inner thoughts be very enhanced. It's still going on a wee little bit, although it was there from December to March. And as I put here, this could have stabbed you with some old wounds of emotion or whatever, and this needing to grow emotionally, that it's become almost like a dreamlike state. You know, you want this to happen so much, and it might not be happening. Then you've got Mars there, which is kind of fueling you a little bit. Yeah. So it's all about being focused. Yeah. It's okay to take, I'm not saying that it's not okay to take time out, Pisces. What I'm saying is, don't just allow the dreamy side to push away all the other things that need to be done in your life this week. The next 4 weeks for Pisces is all about new projects, you see, and I want you to be very focused in order to get those things done. A weekend seems pretty good, but you're going to feel a wee little bit kind of nostalgic, and again, we're back to this emotion, aren't we, Pisces? And you're going to be thinking about things, and I want you to knock any past disruptions or past emotions on the head. You really do, Pisces, need to bring yourself into the moment. Take every day clearly, I've wrote here. And in doing that, be constructive and believe in yourself. And I've also wrote here, but don't allow the fantasy, emotional side of your nature to overtake, as it is strongly in the air now, Pisces. So, Pisces, take heed. It won't apply to every Pisces. These are sun signs. I would need all your chart to do a precise insight. But generally, it could be affecting some of you for sure. So I have chosen a Moonology card for Pisces and a healing card. Yeah, you see, these cards always tally in with the chart, and I never look at the cards until I shuffle them and I place them face down. I don't look at them until I've done it, because I feel that it's more exciting to me to not know what I've chosen until I'm doing it. So I chose the Moonology card for Pisces of the supermoon. Now remember, in those charts, I was talking about everything being stirred up, you being on another planet, dreamy, emotional when you need to center yourself. And the card that I chose was emotions are running high, because they are. Emotions are running high. You're feeling kind of, for want of a better word, away with the fairies. And you're just not being focused, and emotions are running high. And I want you to earth yourself a wee little bit. And although it's nice to feel that side of emotion, this card is also saying, because of that side of emotion, that the other side of emotion, which affects us inside and tears up all things that we don't need, it could be relevant to that as well. So it's about you bringing yourself into the moment this week and just focusing on yourself a wee little bit. Emotions are running high. When I say focusing on yourself a wee little bit, I'm saying focus predominantly in the key areas, which is your work. I talked in your charts about, getting things off the ground, new projects or whatever. And this emotional side of Pisces is going to be getting in the way. Ground yourself. Don't allow these emotions, which are running high, to make you go up there and be kind of in a Piscean's fantasy island. So I also picked a healing card for Pisces. And the healing card I chose was soothing. Yeah, it's all about this need to soothe. It's all about this need to kind of sort out things which are in your heart. It's all about this flooding of emotion which comes to play with you, and it's all about you wanting this emotional side and kind of fantasy side to be there, rather than looking at what needs to be done in a practical way in your life. It's all about opening love, you see, Pisces. Yeah, it's all about opening love. It's all about looking at that, and which is fine, but you need the other things doing as well. There's going to be a soothing element at the end of the week, although it's going to be a big period at the weekend of reflection and kind of looking at your emotions and where you want it to go. Next week sees the beginning of a big cycle for Pisces. It's more focusing on the way forward with your career and where that is going to lead to, or new projects, or anything to do with business or work. But now, in the now, you need to step down a wee little bit from this fantasy island, bring yourself into the moment, and generate a positive approach to what is going to be happening next week. Don't take me the wrong way, Pisces. I think you're a lovely sign. I know loads of Pisceans, but I just feel that you need to be realistic this week. Don't allow that lovely emotional side of you, Pisces, to get in the way. So that was Pisces. And that is all your astrological signs for this week. As ever, I will be back on Wednesday with healings on this page. If you'd like to join me, healings for energy. I did one last week, which went quite well. And I will be doing another one this Wednesday. I've just put the link out to Online Psychics Live. That's my own link to my reading room, but on that site you'll be able to see other wonderful psychics who are waiting for you to do readings if you feel that you need that direction, if you feel you would like a reading. So, as ever, like I always begin my insights with my singing bowl, I'm also going to play us out with my singing bowl. So I'd like you to just relax for a moment while I play the singing bowl. Bring yourself into the moment. I hope that you take heed of what I've said in all the astrological signs, and that you have a beautiful week. But I'm going to play my singing bowl just for a few wee moments. So bring yourself back into the moment. So that was the singing bowl. Thank you for being here tonight. All the best for everyone. Good night, Jill from Sweden. Good night, Amanda from, I think it's Ireland. And Betty Duffy from Ireland. Thank you for joining me. And I'll see you soon. I'll see you on Wednesday if you want to join me for the healings on this page. Thank you and have a good night. You're welcome, Heidi. Have a lovely week. Hello, I'm just about to go offline. Tronyan Padilla. I'm just about to go offline. Yeah, I've been at it for about 2 hours roughly. Have a lovely week, everybody, and I hope to see you at next week's Astro Insights, which is Monday, same time, and Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, for energy healings. Thank you, and love and light, and good night from Norway.